We now return to your infinite possibilities on DZRJ810 AM, the voice of the Philippines. Here's your host, Francine Delas.
Hello listeners, we're back. Again, if you want to call us, it's 897-8374 or 895-4460. Okay, just before we went on break, I mentioned to you that I wanted to share a story, a movie that I saw during the weekend. It's called Shortcut to Happiness, and the reason why it piqued my curiosity was because of the title. I always say that I've said this in a couple of episodes ago that there are no shortcuts to happiness, and the movie actually animatedly brought that to life. All right, so the title is Shortcut to Happiness. It stars Alec Baldwin, Kim Cattrall, Dan Aykroyd, and Amy Poehler. And in that movie, our protagonist, his name is Alec Baldwin's character's name there actually was Jabez Stone. All right, he was a struggling writer, a desperate one, and had no luck or no success whatsoever, and no publication to his name. So in the beginning of the movie, the narrator was the narrative went something like, he wasn't the worst writer nor the best one, but during this time he was on his way to becoming a good one. So being a struggling writer, desperate and a desperate one, his turning point was when he got mugged and his laptop where his potential best work got stolen. So as he was cleaning his wounds out of desperation, he uttered the phrase, I'd sell my soul to trade my life, he said, my life to Julius so-and-so. Julius is another writer friend of his, all right, that during that same night, just before he got mugged, they were having dinner, and Julius announced that he got a signing contract for three of his books and an advance of $120,000. And so it's all of them had that look of, or a jaw-dropping what they call this reaction. Said, something like, how come it's happening to you and that's not happening to us? So anyway, between that moment when he was cleaning his wound, a few more unfortunate events happened, and just when he realized what was going on, there was a knock on the door that came, and when he opened it, it was this beautiful, stunning, hot lady or woman, I don't know what you should call her, but it was actually the devil in the form of this beautiful, sexy, hot woman. All right, so he convinces Jabez to sell his soul in exchange for success. So because of the lure of the idea, Jabez agrees to it without really thinking of what he was getting himself into. So it was according to the devil in this movie, that 10 years was a standard contract. So his soul was on lease for 10 years. So in an instant, he actually became a success. He became an epitome of success. He gets the calls that he needs from a large successful publication. Then all his books becomes bestsellers, even if they are all crappy works that he himself knew were crappy, but they were just flying off the shelf. They were getting sold out each time, and so he even wins the Best Literary Writer Award or the Pulitzer Prize. He gets a penthouse of his dreams and all the women. And all of course being a contract that he entered to with a dark being, all at the expense of his friends and his soul. All at the expense of his friends and his soul. So he soon begins to realize that is not the way how he wants his life to go, and he starts to claim back his life, and and the only way he could do that is to go into a trial so he can win back his soul. He wins at the end of he wins a trial at the end of the movie and is brought back to that night just before all the unfortunate events happened. All right. So the question is there really a shortcut to happiness? So if you want to join us at 897-8374 or 895-4460. You know, during my soul search and encounter during the weekend, I just realized that from my take, I thought that at least, you know, to be genuinely happy, that you should have, aside from having your quality of life in place or your boosters, that you should also have that inner peace and inner strength or effortless happiness every day. And then I thought also that for some people that I thought also that every one of us was in search of this, but it turns out during the weekend that some people will just have a particular idea of it, and that's the one that completes them. It's not everything, but just a part of. And there are people who would want both happiness coming from within and also having the boosters in place. So but then, you know, what does it tell us? That we can't really generalize that this is what we all need, genuine happiness or that stability. There are, as I said, each one of us go through different evolutionary stages in our lives, and we're lucky, I suppose, if we only know that this is all that we want and need for the moment, and hopefully for the lifetime. So anyway, we will be going on break for a short while. We will have Tom with you to bring you the news. So I'll be right back with you.
This is VOA News, brought to you live from VOA through DZRJ in Manila.